I can't Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Whatever I need, you told me that you will find. I'm so glad. I believe, no matter how long it takes, I believe. I can't complain. I won't complain. No, 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 no. I'm next in line. Oh, I'm next. Sometimes I feel like just get all of myself and just I want to thank him. I know he will. I thank him for the thing that he had already done.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Where my islanders? Can some of y'all run down here to the front real quick? I gotta know who's in the building. Where my islanders? I need y'all to run down here. Come on, let me see ya. Come on, Jehovah's here. Jehovah.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. None like you. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
is greater. Our God is
Bang, 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 bang.
any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than.
Good morning. One of the secrets to becoming a better you is to keep singing the song that God has put in your heart. Even if you can't carry a tune in a bucket, let me explain. Too many people go around negative and discouraged, allowing their problems and circumstances to weigh them down. They live stressed out, dragging through each day, not really excited about life. I have had people tell me I have got too many problems to enjoy life, or the reason I am discouraged and not happy is because I have all those things coming against me. The fact is, God has put a well of joy on the inside of each one of us. Our circumstances may be negative, things may not be going our way, but if we can learn to tap into this joy, we can still be happy. We can live with enthusiasm in spite of what comes against us.
Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
into the dark.
Good morning. One of the secrets to becoming a better you is to keep singing the song that God has put in your heart. Even if you can't carry a tune in a bucket, let me explain. Too many people go around negative and discouraged, allowing their problems and circumstances to weigh them down. They live stressed out, dragging through each day, not really excited about life. I have had people tell me I have got too many problems to enjoy life, or the reason I am discouraged and not happy is because I have all those things coming against me. The fact is, God has put a well of joy on the inside of each one of us. Our circumstances may be negative, things may not be going our way, but if we can learn to tap into this joy, we can still be happy. We can live with enthusiasm in spite of what comes against us.
None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God.
Good morning, Andy. Lennox and Mickie. Andy, I was watching the debate yesterday, and I have noticed when Saddam Hussein time to talk, and he spoke about the budget and the allocation. Not one question was asked from the PNH. Not one. The great Saddam Hussein. They are cowards. Not one question was asked to the man. But yet they want to ask a million questions to the woman. And who talk for tell the man in the beat who talks a lot of crap. And the same was for you. How much money and then you get from the PNM. but millions of dollars he get, and he cannot help one person in the beat him. He cannot give him a bag. He cannot give him a hamper. The nephew is just like Wally and keeping all his money for himself. And this was really million contract he gets and him other. And this was in the community preaching and praying and talking about this. Well, you know, I need a hat back picture and I need a back picture and the clown ambition was really millions of dollars and then he get illegally all the money he can take in. And I won't say keeping all the money contract he gets from the government and the community education pretend they don't know yet.
Thanks so much for correcting yourself. All the million, when you mention about the man thief and you say all the millions that he get or he tendered for, just keep it clean, keep it nice, right? Normal, I like that, but keep it clean. We on the ground report disassociate ourselves with any acquisition that was made there based on that gentleman thieving any money and them kind of thing. No. We don't know nothing about that. We have no evidence of that, right? Maybe all the money he acquired based on legitimately or however applying for various contract and contract being awarded to him and all those various things, right? Whether it's conflict of interest or whether however it go, we don't know nothing about that and we distance ourselves from that. Rajan, please, your family and them is one of the brightest set, as you say. Please, keep it clean.
Preaching. Andy, I'm telling you, it's paid. And Andy, and I'm thinking, all the UNC candidates and parliamentarians could go on PNL station and talk brave, but not one of the PNL candidates will come on your station and answer any question. And where the $3 billion are short man made it not steal. Not one of them will come and talk. But here the UNC is brave. They can go on any station and talk because they talk the truth. But the PNN people only go on that stupid program, the Breakfast Club. I don't know what breakfast, what they eat in China Club, the Breakfast Club, and they do not answer the question correctly. But UNC could go on that station and say what they have to say because they do not lie. PNN, bunch of liars, hooligans, according to Father, they are hooligans. And you have a good day, my friend. Later.
Thank you very much. Anderson Wilson, I see you calling. The gentleman was corrected. I really don't want my program this Friday, last day, go in any kind of direction, negative direction, tit for tat, bacchanal thing. I'm not on that. You see, I do the honorable thing early. I pull up the gentleman with immediate effect. I let him know, don't do that again. And my program must continue in the way it started. Positive, praising Almighty God, asking for blessings, having a peace of mind. And it will have to continue like that. If you're calling to give a contribution,
into the darkness you shine,
based on positivity, based on current affairs,
we rise. There's no one.
I don't have a problem. If the call is yes, because I don't cut that already. When it come into Orlando in the direction you go on appointment place with immediate effect. But if you're calling to make this a boxing ring, I will have to do like Wall Street. I will have to do like TC and Heavy. I will have to do like anybody else that wouldn't want no kind of thing within their program. So So, Mr. Rajan, please, Orlando, don't ever go down that type of road. The ground report have no evidence of that. We don't know nothing about that. And we don't want that involved. For a matter of fact, the more they keep away from Anderson Wilson and the family, the PNM family, them, is the better for we. We don't know what they give. We don't know the PNM is a bunch of scums. And whoever is a part of the PNM is a bunch of scums. We don't know that already. We don't know that they are dishonest. We don't know they care about themselves and nobody else. We don't know all of that already. Boy, Rajan, you spoil my program there. I find you know. Boy, just leave people alone now, boy. Leave people alone now, boy. Let people quell in their own mess now, Jed. You need to die family. You come on there for shots. Whole program go get turned up. I really not on that. Look, I God, and all that turn up my it come like boy, just leave people and them people and them alone, not Jed. I really don't want various spirits around me in the morning. I want to say I don't want various spirits around me in the morning. Meaning I don't want the negative, the bacchanal, the info. I'm not on that.
And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
bang, bang.
Tell me where you born from. 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 Last call, last call, praise you and cast sail on to glory land. Praise you and cast sail on to glory land. Last call on aboard. Praise you and cast sail on to glory land. Praise you and cast sail on to glory land. And we are stand on Zion Hill. Jesus Christ is a vessel, and he rides upon the storm. Rides upon the storm. Rides upon the storm. Jesus Christ is a vessel, and he rides upon the storm. We are sailing, sailing home. Sailing, sailing, sailing home. Sailing home. Jesus Christ is a vessel. Jesus Christ is a vessel, and he rides upon the storm. We are sailing, sailing home.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang.
I am on my way, safe and sanctified. upon Zion Hill. Oh, me a stand upon Zion Hill. And me a hear archangel call. Come blow, come blow, come blow, come blow. And me a stand upon Zion Hill. And me a hear archangel call. And me a stand upon Zion Hill. Come blow, come blow. Sailing, Jesus Christ is a vessel, and he rides upon the storm. Rides upon the storm, rides upon the storm. Jesus Christ is a vessel, and he rides upon the storm. We are sailing, sailing home, sailing, sailing home, sailing home. Jesus Christ is a vessel. And he rides upon the storm. He rides upon the storm. He rides upon the storm. Jesus Christ is a vessel. And he rides upon the storm. We are sailing, sailing home.
Good morning. One of the secrets to becoming a better you is to keep singing the song that God has put in your heart. Even if you can't carry a tune in a bucket, let me explain. Too many people go around negative and discouraged, allowing their problems and circumstances to weigh them down. They live stressed out, dragging through each day, not really excited about life. I have had people tell me I have got too many problems to enjoy life, or the reason I am discouraged and not happy is because I have all those things coming against me. The fact is, God has put a well of joy on the inside of each one of us. Our circumstances may be negative, things may not be going our way, but if we can learn to tap into this joy, we can still be happy. We can live with enthusiasm in spite of what comes against us.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. No problem, Rajin. Your apology is accepted. Mr. Orlando.
Good morning, Andy Williams, the mighty Pitbull. Yeah, and Andy, with that, so we could go down to Tobago and enter the Calypsonian Monarch competition. You just make up some good Calypso and have a Lennox over as your dancer, backup singer, right? Well, I know Mikey K. Mikey K won that time. If Mikey K go to Tobago, he go be with his friend Shamfa Kojo, his favorite politician. All right, that being said, my friend Buddha this morning, Andy, is that Andy, all that investigation, you and Lennox and Mikey and all who was with you all went down to Tobago with those townhouses that Rowley and Sharon and the daughters and them, and I remember I can't remember the owners and the name of the townhouses and things. But I'm sure everybody remember what I'm talking about, right? All that. What happened? What had happened? Andy already didn't forward something to the DP. Lennox, they didn't forward something to the DP with that boy to investigate that. Here now, boy, this lady they call, well, I don't know if you call she a lady, Sharon Rowley, right? Remember she name was forefront in land data. This lady seemed to be the mastermind behind Rowley's antics, all them stunts or leaders pull, antics. So I don't know. I think the DPP should investigate Sharon Rowley, and with a very fine teeth comb, them comb long time that is mothers is used to get out nit and lies from the young children head. They should investigate Sharon Rowley with a fine teeth comb. And Andy Lennox come up on the radio one day now, boy, and do a topic about offshore banking and see you get an expert to talk about offshore. That's where all we dollars from the treasury is, Okay, thanks.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And don't forget, Underground Report, you all can have your issue with anybody that put themselves in public life. Just don't direct your issues to nobody personally. Because if I did put myself, if I had ended up in public life as an MP or as a senator or as a councillor, or I'm in public life and I'm in the political arena is a war zone. It's hot. I have to take whatever coming to me. So in no way I am, or anyway I'm telling you all to be afraid to challenge anybody that is in the political arena. That's your rights. I'm just asking to stay away from personal, being personal. Getting personal is calling individuals names, not the politicians, but they could call any politician name. But referring to any horse, any family member or caller, say what they say about the politicians, but don't refer to no other individual outside directly by calling their names, because it comes like getting personal. Like I will say plain out, Curry Marcel failed me. I'm happy for him as a young boy. educated fella that got the opportunity to serve people. I expected different from him, a different behavior from him. I hope that constituency get the representation that they deserve. And only notice I ain't calling nobody else's name. My message was directed directly to Kareem Failure Marcel.
Bang, 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 bang.
That is in the political arena. That is a public figure. That is a P&M. And anything P&M at this point in time is an enemy of the Pitbull.
Bang, 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 bang.
It's an enemy of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. It's an enemy of this Kamala Prasad Bisesa-led government, UNC government.
Bang, 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 bang.
So you all can say what you all want about Kareem. Just leave other people. Don't leave other people out there. Don't call nobody name. But it's your right to talk about any politician. And don't afraid nobody. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? And what's your contribution in the ground report this morning? Go ahead, caller. What's your front burner? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Caller.
Blessed morning, Mickie, Lennox, whoever is. I need that caller wrote your soul this morning by Rajim, but you going too personal, but they wait for me beat up Kruna, man. Deal with the politicians, Krima, send the line of fire. He's a politician.
Exactly. Just leave other people out there.
Yeah, we Krima, send the family thing, and then leave them alone with that. Don't study that. Right, Rajim, because for the 5 days I see he only attacking Anderson, he attacking KFC when we make 3 points. I watch you nobody. So leave Anderson and the family out of that now. Deal with Kramer, because he line of fire. He's a politician. And this is why Dr. Listen, don't try to route your program this Friday, don't let that back of that. Must have got more time to stand the crew down and the beat them down there, who taking in the program, Tunji, and all the true warriors and fighters. Bless.
The next thing, Kareem Marcel is a non-entity. We have a program to run. It has so many issues. How much job applications out there? The government is doing a good job. Let's continue to stay with our front burners. I see, well, next week the Foreign Affairs Minister mentioned that one of the US or 2 of the US warships will be docking in Trinidad and Tobago. Come on, man, it has so much things. I'm going to go to the papers for some of the important things, or some of the things that is front burners that we are. Don't make people, whether they're from Diego Martin, whether they're from Santa Cruz, whether they're from Arima, whether they're from the Beatum, don't let nobody thief all your thunder. Quote them politicians and them that only find fail. And I am saying Kareem Marcel is a failure to the people of Beatum and environs. And he should support anti-Kamala Prasad Bisesa, UNC leader, in which many of the people in Beatum love, or say they love, or say they support. That was Kareem Marcel supposed to be supporting. Wow. When you're in the kitchen, you can't afraid the fire. He's a politician, he's an MP, you gotta take the heat. And nobody can play the supporting or the trying to block or the trying to be some kind of shield for nobody. When Kamala was there, anybody was taking any heat for she? We was taking heat for she. She was taking heat for herself. She was taking heat for herself too. What's that? I don't want to be taking no heat for no PNM on this program. I'm not on that. I rather people don't call this program than I to be taking heat or getting upset or for no PNM Corey Marcel, boy. I don't care about Corey Marcel. He's a dirty PNM.
Bang, 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 bang.
He talks nonsense in Parliament. Nonsense. And what I'm doing here now, I'm in my right to. He's a public figure. He's a politician. And at this point in time, he turned out to be a menace to the UNC, a menace to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and a menace to his constituency.
Bang, 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 bang.
I not be battling with no so-called UNC supporter against no PNM boy. It is what it is. He's a PNM. Don't interrupt my program for no PNM. Don't jump me for no PNM. If you say it's a so-called UNC, you're mad or what?
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
And Slimy, I see you get away to come back on this program here. Don't be on me this morning, eh? Watch yourself, because watch me. I want to get rid of you. I want to get rid of anybody that frustrated me to get me more sick. Plain talk bad manners. There's either do or die. There's either my health go good or it go bad. I'm not supposed to be taking on nobody. And if you or Anderson Wilson or anybody frustrating me, go all your way. Go all your way.
Bang, 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 bang.
I don't care about none of your thoughts. At the end of the day, I want to support a party that destroyed this country. You slimy all here. All will be better not being a part of this program than being a part to frustrate people, to frustrate the program, and to just be on bacchanal. People are fed up on that. People went through 5 years, 10 years of bacchanal, bullying. And that must never come on this program. This program don't need none all here. You sign me, you Arima, all you who frustrating people. We don't need you all. Go on, listen to the next program. Be a part of the next program. Leave this program alone.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Simple. All here. This program supports the UNC 100%. This program don't like the PNM because based on what they do to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Simple. This program is allowed to talk about any politician, anybody in public life. Soon my own co-host will be a part of public life. And anything could come at him. He's a public figure. So it's simple. After today, if you all have a problem with the program and a problem with what it is people are saying about the PNM, Go join Stephen Rees. Go listen to Heavy. Go by Google. Go by Tonsi Sharon Felix. Go. Only go all the way. Because it means you're not bringing nothing positive, nothing good to this debates, to this program, to this conversation, or conversations in the morning. If you all are not bringing nothing good, other than bacchanal and war and fight, go. We don't want you all. We don't need you all. Go find somebody life to interfere with. Go make PNM people miserable. Go by Google. Go by Sean Felix. Anything that resembles PNM, go by them. Go frustrate them. Go make your stupid contributions by them. Just leave us alone here. Y'all are non-entities. We don't need none of you.
Bang, 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 bang.
And this morning is a perfect example of how some people negatively impacts the program and negatively impacting me health-wise. I don't supposed to be like this. At this point in time, I was warned. It's dangerous for me to be like this. When I did, no Corey Marcel, no nasty, stinking, dirty, wicked, piping, PNM, going and feel sorry for me. I have a lot of man. All the PNM supporters, all the PNM lovers, all they just simply go all the way. If all they can come with something positive, go. If all they can come with reasonable debates, amen. Nobody not saying that you all can question a government. And this program is all about democracy. Or they could question the UNC. If the UNC doing some bad and all the evidence come, bring it to we. It's for we to debate it. Or if it is all the validity in what they're saying, it's for we to get in contact with whoever is that minister. To find out that what it is all they bring to the table of improperities or wickedness or racialness or whatever, what that is about, and to bring clarity. Because all they like to twist up UNC people mouth. They will say A or they will say B. And that propaganda will spread through the PNM media, 1% media. So everybody's allowed to come on and have a debate. Bring this front burner. Bring the issues. Come with reality. May see that bacchanal prayers. I'm not on that. It's not for that. Go by nasty Google them with that. Find a PNM program. That is what it is. There's bullies. There's scums. They are bacchanalish. They have no substance. They have brains like sheep. And this Gong Report program must never, ever go down to the level. Never go down to the level of a PNM stinking, dirty, misinformation, propaganda programs. This program must never go down to that level. It must always be an open program for people to bring their genuine concerns, bring their front burners, come with their debates. Whether we disagree or agree, that is what it's about. Not people always taking things personal, or studying about family, or studying this, or studying that, or studying the other. If my damn mother going off for a politician, and she the ring, and people say she's a hoe, I can't get vexed. My mother don't call she a hoe. What the hell she? You're going in politics. You understand Trinidad politics. You understand this culture. You understand the culture. Take away that coming to you. I'm not going and say boo. When we were sitting Rowley, all how you ever hear Rowley children and them come out to play the defending the father? They can't do that. They're bright enough to understand. He's the prime minister. He's a public figure. And you gotta take what you get. Oh, Sharon Rowley being the wife of the former prime minister. Just being the wife. She had to take what she get. How much special branch man the talk she have. And all kind of thing. There's nobody have no evidence of that. But she husband is the prime minister in public life. So it brings her in public life. She's the first lady. So it is what it is. Look, I on the radio. People just call me Potong. People just call me Lick Bottom Indian. People just call me and cuss me on my phone. That's why I don't answer numbers that I don't know so. People just call me and threaten me. Tell me about, oh, you ain't dance enough. Huh? You ain't dance enough. When I come, I show you go stop dancing. What kind of stupidness? I decided to take that because in public life. All kind of stupidness people has come wrong. I wait. You notice, I don't call family on this program. I don't mention family names. I just stay away and keep me. Because again, I is in the public life. I am the talk show host. They have nothing to do with what I does. And I keeps away. And my family them understands that. And all I notice, wherever people say about me, wherever people think about, you never hear Andy Williams' mother, brother, uncle, or uncles come out. They say, don't say this about Andy. Do this, do that. No. You know what they say? You choose that life, Andy. You in public life. Just leave we out of that. And I respect that. And I does just that. So this program, after today, for each and every or all and sundry, as like my co-host Lennox Smith will mention, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's not for the weak. It's not for anybody that picking up for any politician or blocking for any politician. It's not for bacchanal. It's not for propaganda. If you care, take the fire. Stay out of the kitchen. Anybody that is coming on this program to frustrate the program, to frustrate the host and them, that are not coming with their fundamental issues, that is on bacchanal or not making sense, will be banned for life.
Bang, 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 bang.
I say that with no hesitation. I say that with no remorse. I would have remorse or hesitation if there was adding, if anybody adding to the program in a positive way. But anytime you're adding to the program in a negative way, or bringing dispute, mayhem, or problems to the host and the majority of the people that don't operate like some of you operates out there, just go all the way. Some of you, such as I'm good, Miss Arima, who come protest this, that. If it's about making bacchanal on this program, whether you come protest, whether you be there in the beginning, whether you struggle with this program, whether you do whatever, whether you come out and wholly protest, and you're bringing this frustration and this bacchanal and this non-relevance to the program, I don't care a bit about what contributions you made before. Go your way. I'll be calling on those directors and them. Go through one time, today one time, online. And because it's had to be on for me to do it. And as you see various people out of timing, block them with immediate effect. Slimy, this is your last warning. You turn this program into a UNC propaganda machine. Mouthpiece. This is your last warning. You're interfering with me. For a matter of fact, this is how serious I is. You have to be on for it to happen. Alright. Your own for it to happen. I'm not on that. I'm not on that with nobody, boy. Nice. Slimy. Block user on YouTube. Put user in time out on YouTube. Add to block list in restream chat. Right, add to the block list. Bam. Nice. In the chat. I don't care what you do because I'm not seeing you on YouTube. And the rest of you all callers, all you can block them from all seeing them. That is all. All you don't like the contribution, go on all the YouTube, go and block them away from all even seeing their chat. Just because I block them away from I seeing them. Who else? Who else that I hear? That are nonsense. Who else? They just said me one time today. The people that are nonsense. I don't care if it's a PNM. Come with contributions. Come let we debate. But so long as you're attacking personally, like this time you get with immediate effect. I turn this over. But if a PNM person could call in and dispute the present government fairly. Come with the information, come with the facts, say what others say. I don't have a problem with that. It's a democracy, and we always show democracy on this program. Anybody can have a talk, but what's going on is the rowdy PNM and them rubbing off on some of these PNM people that they're coming in here to frustrate people and bullying people, moving like Bajan, moving like if it is somebody must afraid them, and we not on that. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you. Oh boy, I see that our US sending a warship or two. Sometime next week I see the nice, wait. Let me block Miss Arima one time. Andy, you're weak. You get personal, you call my name. For the time when they call my name, or referring to me and not the issue all you have, meaning all you making me a topic, all you gone. Bye bye Arima. Bam. That's how weak I is. Yeah, Lennox Smith, what you have there for us? Bye-bye. Who else? Come again. Who else? Andy, there's a like bottom Indian. Come. You're weak. Just call my name. In any negative way, call it.
I trust that you're not going to make that psychologically affect you. I'm just concerned about that aspect of it, because of course your tone seem to be taking me in that direction. I know that you are a professional. I know that you will, of course, take things in strides. And of course, just as myself and just as Mikey, we have, of course, evolved and developed that capacity and that ability not to be over-flustered by what I consider to be the tautology, the over-speaking and the under-speaking and the diversion of persons to, of course, affect or effect a particular outcome that is not in keeping with the realities of the day and what is required for advancing Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm just concerned about that, but I know that when we speak privately, you're certainly going to tell me what the true status is. But that being as it may, we have to be professional. And I think that is a professional stance that you would have taken when you say that please refer to the topic of the moment. We are in a political environment. We address political issues. And just as in the parliament and outside of the parliament, the politics that we practice is antagonistic politics. But what we are concerned here is to be opposing for opposing's sake, and then to be obnoxious and to be so exaggerating that it exacerbates the ability of the nation not only to be discerning, but to take the country forward in a one-way direction towards, of course, advancement. And that is all we are about. And what Andy expressed earlier is exactly that. I was a bit late, so I don't know what would have triggered the commentary that you would have been making so consistently at this point in time. Should I say, ignoring, of course, the callers to call in at this point in time, and of course I myself to get my 2 pence in as well. So I too, I'm not going to question that, but I'm just saying that I found it a bit strange that you would focus in such a elaborate way. That being as it may, let me say formally, a pleasant good morning to all and sundry, east, west, north, south, central, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are, streaming on the World Wide Web, a pleasant good day to you. We did promise, as we normally would do on a Friday, to address certain issues that may have evaded us in one way or another, or whether it be because of the constraints of time, or indeed because we simply did not consider those particular issues. Of course, the issue of Delcy Rodriguez and her recent response, the response by the Honorable Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bissessa, only, I believe, yesterday, having visited, of course, the velodrome, where the, let's say, the ground zero for the recruitment of the over 30,000 jobs that are available. And of course, as I said, here too, up to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock last night, we were here at our center here. And I want to say, and I want to thank, of course, all of the volunteers who have overstayed, meaning that they almost stayed overnight to assist, and over about I think the last count was over 200 persons. In just 2 days' time, we were able, of course, to assist in terms of making sure they have the ticket so that they could stand a chance at the 30,000. Yes, we expect it to be oversubscribed, meaning that more people would apply than the jobs are available. But the government did say that this is the first stage of this process. And of course, they will be traveling to or going next to the private sector. And I would suspect, not that it has been formalized, but having regard to the thinking that I am familiar with this administration, there are a tremendous amount of persons who may wish to go private, meaning that they will want to become business people, they will want to become entrepreneurs, that the facilitation, the foundations will be laid in a particular way by way of policy and rollout in order to accommodate that. In that way, more people will become employed, because in any democratic society with an economic system like ours, something like 60% of the employed are usually from the small and micro and of course medium-sized businesses in any country. So I expect that
I
that
heard you
will be
say,
the next
Lennox,
stage. Yes.
I think I heard you said that Kamala Prasad Bisesa, the Honorable Blessed Prime Minister, UNC Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, that she visited Ground Zero in technically
yesterday.
endorsing what most people want in Trinidad and Tobago, which is jobs. And I also think I heard you said that she answered Delcy Rodriguez, the Vice VP. So could you just answer the first one and get into the Delcy Rodriguez one?
That answer is very simple.
Yeah.
She said she would answer her by not answering her. So of course there has been no official communication between Caracas and Port of Spain, and therefore, as far as she is concerned, it is gossip and of course rumor mongering, and she will not engage. However, I again, you know, on the ground report, we always identify the subtlety in some of the comments that might have been official, but might go over the head of many. But she did say that she is an elected prime minister, and of course I took note of that. She's an elected prime minister, and therefore any commentary coming from the capital of Venezuela are talking about, of course, that would only come through official and formal lines. So, so the question of she having to respond to people because of rumor mongering, etc., is not something that she would take on. Of course, from especially when the state is coming from Caracas. So that is the response that she would have given to the commentary of Delcy Rodriguez, indicating that any gas that is coming from Venezuela's side to assist Trinidad's economy must be paid for. Secondly, that she predicted that the economy of Trinidad and Tobago will collapse because of the lack of
with all the dragon gas, that's what I'm saying, boy.
Because of the lack of Venezuelan gas.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
So the Prime Minister or the godly Prime Minister, knowing that Delcy Rodriguez poured that out there, and remember their news flying that Trinidad and Tobago needs the Trinidad the dragon gas, whereas our economy is in the brink of collapsing. Meaning you're sending that kind of shockwave to, let me say, potential investors and all this kind of thing. It come like you're trying to mash up. So Kamala Prasad Bisesa didn't answer her back on that and all?
That's right. No, because she's saying that is rumor mongering. No formal communique, no formal communication, no formal letter, no formal through, of course, the diplomatic channels never came to her, and therefore she cannot respond to something that really is in a vacuum. And I think that was wonderful. But I want to take note as well, which of course is within the ambit of this discussion, but at the same time a bit extraneous, but nonetheless important. And that is, of course, yesterday Trump had imposed sanction on the two major Russian oil companies that provide together something like 5% of the world's supply of oil. What does that mean? It means immediately, because of course they expected that India, somebody was saying that they can't tell India what to do. Well, India will eventually fall in line. That must be a discussion by among the Indian authorities, and of course China as well will have to be discussing that, because whilst that is a primary sanction, there is secondary sanctions, and that is institutions that from these countries that do business with the American and with the American dollar, still the most powerful currency in the world, will also be sanctioned. So so they are in between a rock and a hard place. So talking about both China and India at this point in time. But what does that mean for Trinidad and Tobago?
Because Lennox Smith. Because Lennox Smith. That's all. Right. Before you continue. Yeah. So Lennox, before you continue, I like how you talk there because I all learn something there. In other words, what you're saying there is that knowing that American dollar is the most powerful dollar, and yes, although some people talking about bricks and bricks and bricks, those things have not been put in place yet, and that many of those, like for instance, China or India or Iran or any of them, they have businesses or countries, other countries that it deals with that only accepts the American dollar anyhow. And that's would right. not at this point in time accept right. their dollar because their dollar or their bricks or their whatever is still of no value at this point in time. And that could only crumble their economies, come like they will be accepting monopoly money when the real money is they call it what what back they call it?
Yeah, the greenback.
It's the greenback. All right, Lennox Smith. Yes. I understand.
Yes, indeed. But what is the benefit of Trinidad and Tobago is that there will be, of course, in fact, Brent, one of the institutions that determine the price of oil on the international market. Well, that has already started to soar with that announcement. And of course, the analysts and the experts predict that it will reach up to about $70 per barrel. And of course, while the last administration did utilize other direct, of course, business arrangements with country for the sale of or for the purchase, I should say, and sale of our commodity in the petrochemical area. The fact of the matter is that there the present budgets set the oil price at I think around $75 a barrel. So, but of course, the PNM was saying that it will be impossible and that there is some kind of untoward reason why that was so, and they had all kinds of conspiracy theories. But of course, whilst it is serendipity, maybe the present government knew what was coming and therefore does, of course, raise it to a price because the local analysts have been saying that oil prices will vacillate around $50, $55, $60 for the most, but certainly will not reach the height of $70. Well, the recent announcement by Trump of course, not doing any business with the two major suppliers. Again, the central theme, the central reason for that is his attempt and the frustration in not being able to have a handle on the Russian-Ukraine war. And therefore, that is another attempt to try to bring Putin to the discussion table. In fact, they were supposed to have a summit once again, apart from the last Alaska one. They were supposed to have another one. Trump has postponed it because he said he's not satisfied that Putin is ready to, of course, negotiate in good faith with respect, of course, to the ending of the war between, caused by Russia, of course, but between Russia and the Ukraine. Of course, that is good news for the Ukrainians, but that is good news as well for oil-producing countries, small as ours is, for countries such as Trinidad and Tobago. So we keep our fingers crossed and we pray with ferventness that opportunity presents itself, so that the budgetary measures, the fiscal measures can ultimately be realized for the advancement of Trinidad and Tobago. I just thought I should weave that into the discussion. There are those, of course, in the PNM camp who will not want that to happen, obviously. But the reality is that Trump has imposed, of course, as I said. Again, when we look at the geopolitical scenario, the Europeans, of course, will not be happy as well, but they would be in agreement that they will want to conform because you don't know which other European country Russia will target, and therefore they wouldn't mind that. And of course, as you know, there were a lot of sanctions, both from European perspective and from the American perspective, but they never touched the oil because they continued, of course, to purchase oil from Russia. Well, they have touched oil on this occasion because of the recalcitrance of Putin to continue with this war that he said would have finished in weeks and has ended up now, the better part of three years now and counting. So that's the situation there. But good news for Trinidad and Tobago along that line.
Nice. All right. Patricia Reed is saying again, I'm pretty sure you notice I am block she. At the end of the day, she don't get personal. She don't be on thing. She don't frustrate the program. If she want to say something that might be touching, she say it in a very, very smart way. She said here, Lennox Smith, that she said here, Lennox, be real. Any action in Veni by the US would overseas negatively affect the USA. Is that truth? Any action will negatively affect the USA?
No, the USA, because of the invention of shale gas, I would cause and ask the responder to, of course, do their own investigations because of the technology associated with shale gas and oil. The United States has become now an exporter of the commodity. In other words, they have sufficient of these commodities to satisfy their domestic requirement, even though you see them, of course, importing oil from other countries, like heavy crude from Venezuela, for example, because Chevron and, of course, another major American company is there. But that is more to, on the one hand, put back into the ground as their reserve. They don't want to ever run out of that commodity, and it may be less profitable at this point in time to engage in shale gas extraction or exploration. But the fact of the matter is that in all practicality and all the scientific and all of the information emanating from the United States, that the United States is in fact self-sufficient. If there was a total, let's say, crisis as far as energy products such as oil and so on is concerned, the United States will easily be able, of course, to satisfy its own domestic need, and markets,
Nice. Jonathan, we go time check. It's at 37 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. Oh boy. So the lines are open here. What's on your front burner? What's supposed to make news that not making news? Lennox Smith mentioned some things there. While we go along waiting for your intervention on the #1 program, The Ground Report, we will always touch on some other front burner issues out there. We talk about the Prime Minister.
I promised yesterday, Andy, that we will call out the names of those persons who would have had a PNM connection, apart from the mayor of a former mayor of Point Fortin, Marcel, of course, and a number of other high-profile elements. And why am I insistent on disclosing this? It's because during the course of the campaign, you would recall, all and sundry, that we were talking about the construction of that monstrosity called Balize House, and the fact that the then Prime Minister said that PNM was in the red when he took office and took over the mantleship or the leadership of the PNM in 2015, and it was owing over $5 million. And just about 9 years later, or just about their first term, by the ending of their first term, they were able to begin the construction of a multi-million, some say 100 million, some say over that, but vacillating somewhere there, over that, what I consider be blood money, and we ended up saying is blood money. Well, we know where the money, at least some of the monies would have been coming from. That is what we know. For sure now, because of the involvement of so many of the all to me, the reading is such that it's like CPEP was only for PNM operatives, and no one in their right mind or with any degree of common sense would not want to, or put another way, will be remiss to not make a nexus, a connection between that kind of scheme and corruption and nepotism and the construction of that monstrosity called Barisel. Incidentally, it has stalled. The parts of it has been glassed, meaning that they have a glass exterior, but as you go higher, you will see that that has stopped. And you are now seeing, I passed there the other day, and it is now being, of course, overrun by nature. What I mean by that is that bush and vine growing, of course, along the parameters, and soon I suspect it will be up the building itself, because we had predicted that when the PNM gets out of government, that will stall. But it is also a living and lasting monument as to what ought not to pass for government in this country, where you have a government that utilizes the resources of the country, the financial resources, for its own aggrandizement. We call it, of course, an auto coup. Remember, we used that term during the course of the elections. Well, of course, that is still permissible and still valid at this point in time, because when you go there now, you've seen it, of course, the beginnings of the being overgrown and overtaken by nature. So I would want people to, of course, do their own research, go and see for yourself. And we predicted that when they are out of government, that thing will stay wherever it would have reached. Well,
yeah,
that has happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm seeing here, which it's not good news to us at all, because I had the confidence when you told me and told us, and I and all when I saw the papers that Munilal had got involved, and then I also had saw the chairman of the National Gas Company, Anand Ram, is not oh God, the lawyer, where you call the lawyer for the National Gas? Yeah, Ramdeen. But I'm seeing the papers here now that the Canadian fertilizer giant, where you call it Nutrient.
Nutrient, yes.
Nutrient.
N-U-T-R-I, yeah.
Right.
E-N, Nutrient, yes.
They still intend to the plan shut down despite talks with the government. Why that?
I want to say this, however, let us be very cautious here. In one newspaper, I think it is in the Newsday, they are saying what you are saying there. But if you check the Guardian is saying that late yesterday, talks would have been completed up until December. They would have access as normal to the port, because there was a port fee of, I think, $20-something million that was not paid according to Deco, and the discussions was around that, and they threatened, in fact, legal action. I understand that from the Guardian, that is the pre-action protocol letter was withdrawn. So that tells me that negotiations have been moving in a particular direction towards settlement and benefiting and continue to benefit Trinidad and Tobago and the 600 workers that would have been attached to that particular enterprise. So I want to say that on the one hand, I read what you said, and on the other hand, getting that from
right,
the
what you said
that there's some kind of settlement that took place.
No, but what you said that you see a settlement took place with Newsday.
No, settlement took place in Guardian. No,
listen, hold on. Let's make sure. Hold on.
Yeah. I could read part of it for you.
No, wait.
Real initiates planned shutdown despite talks with government. Adian Fertilizer Giant Nutrient Limited has completely shut down its 4 ammonia plants and 1 urea plant, despite talks by government to resolve their port fee dispute. The move marks a significant development in T&T's energy landscape, with implications already rippling across interconnected industries. Nutrien's 4 ammonia plants have a capacity of 1.79 million metric tons per annum, according to the Ministry of Energy's website. Nutrien Vice President and Managing Director Edmund Thompson issued a memo to staff on Wednesday night confirming the closure and expressing regret over the outcome of recent talks with National Energy. "We had hoped for a more productive outcome, however, we have not reached an economically viable solution that would allow us to restart operations," he said. While acknowledging National Energy's agreement to provide port access through the end of the year, Thompson emphasized that core challenges remain. The millions of dollars of retroactive and unilaterally imposed fees have not been rescinded, and the overall economic viability of operations has not been addressed, he said. Thompson also noted that the decision was not taken lightly, stressing Nutrien's long-standing presence in T&T and the contributions of its local workforce. T&T. He also addressed recent media coverage, saying some reports had misrepresented aspects of the situation and reaffirmed the company's commitment to transparent communication. In a separate response to Guardian Media, Nutrien confirmed it safely shut down its nitrogen operations. The company maintained its policy that no viable solution had been reached to resume operations, citing the same economic challenges. These challenges include $28 million in unilateral and retroactive port access fees, as well as the absence of a reliable and economically sustainable natural gas supply. Despite the shutdown, Nutrien said it expects to remain within its 2025 nitrogen sales volume guidance, supported by reliable production from its North American facilities. Meanwhile, the National Energy Corporation of T&T is defending its decision to impose new port access fees on Nutrien. In a release yesterday, it said Nutrien had benefited for years from outdated, below-market rates for port access. The corporation said its current board inherited a troubling situation in which users of key infrastructure, including the Savernet piers and the ports of Galeota and Brighton, had been paying peppercorn legacy rates for decades. In the case of Nutrien, when their 2006 PUA expired on the 31st of December 2020, they demanded a rate lower than that which they enjoyed for the previous 15 years, National Energy explained. It said the current board took immediate steps to implement a fair rate for users, adding that through the neglect, omission and recklessness of the previous boards and managers, the citizens of this country were deprived of more than $500 million. National Energy said it invoiced Nutrien and all other users a fair rate for the use of the pier and port facilities for the periods after their respective PUAs expired. It said that whilst some users made good faith payments and accepted the invitation of National Energy to meet and negotiate a mutually acceptable way forward, Nutrien demanded that the invoiced sum of $28 million be withdrawn as a precondition to any negotiation. In the case of Nutrien, National Energy said the increase in port and pier fees ranged from US 2 cents to $2 per metric ton of product, at a time when ammonia prices are the highest they have been over the last 5 years at approximately $545 per metric ton. National Energy also said the proposal for new rates was met with a threat by Nutrien to shut down its plants. To avert this threat, National Energy held an emergency meeting with Nutrien yesterday, in which it agreed to permit Nutrien the continued use of the port and pier facilities until December 31st, at the same legacy rates they have enjoyed for the past 19 years. This proposal was met with a demand by Nutrien that NGC settle the issue of future gas supply, to secure the overall economic viability of Nutrien, even though Nutrien currently enjoys the benefit of an existing gas supply contract.
You hear that, Lennox? So, yes, that emergency meeting, and yes, you're hearing for yourself, and I same Guardian. So it looked like it still end up sour.
All right.
Wow.
Well, let me read what I have here. Let me read what I have here so people could make their own judgment. Nutrition gets a temporary point leases access as NGC waivers 28 million port fees. And then it continues here. Let me just get to the cost for the matter. The National Gas Company there has agreed to waive its $28 million claim in retroactive port fees from global fertilizer giant Nutrient Limited amidst a threat of legal action by the Canadian company. The parties also reached an interim agreement granting Nutrient unrestricted access to port facilities until December 31st,
Right.
a temporary, but just somewhere there are two paragraphs I want to read, so you'll get a gist as to where I'm coming from. But of course, a vital reprieve. The agreement came after Nutrient moved to initiate legal action. That is what I was concerned about. However, litigation was aborted. So that is what gave me the idea that they probably come to some kind of agreement. Litigation was aborted after high-level talks involving NGC, Nutrient, and the National Energy Corporation amid aimed at averting a crisis at the Point Lisas industrial estate were called. That is what caused me to believe that somehow some discussion that is reasonable to all
They
would
say
have
by
been. But
December.
if what you just disclose is more recent, then this article will be old news then. But I see the date of this article is the 23rd, and it is in today's papers, the 23rd of this month, which means it was yesterday.
Right, but you heard the article in the Guardian which
Yeah,
states
I heard that as well.
yes, they come to agreement.
So as I say, that's why I said that there is some conflicting and
So
we need to still flesh out this thing.
right, so but the COMTA agreement is still closed. That is what it is saying there in these papers.
Yeah, but listen,
by December.
Listen, and there's the other part that got me optimistic, where they say that the resolution to restart comes at a critical moment as escalating tensions had threatened to disrupt ammonia and urea production at the Point Lisas industrial estate. And it went, I saw where they said that they had started up. They start back to produce because they were closing down, and they started back up.
Right, but they also say till
certain
December.
trains, so I don't know.
They say till December. They say till December. They will continue the productions and whatever until December. But
until December.
Yeah,
All right,
but
okay.
all of this is telling me here that this is our next steel mill scenes that playing off here, and that we didn't get into the negotiation because it's four companies that have here in Trinidad and Tobago. That is what is being said there, and that 600 workers might be going home. So unfortunate that we couldn't have come to some sort of an agreement because it's one of the biggest ammonia plants in the country. Anyhow, let's go to the lines.
Well, maybe they're looking at a total waiver of the 28 million.
Right, but the government decide, and the government say they will waiver it.
Or they disagreement that they utilize all that or chalk up all that fee in port charges. Then it might be that, I don't know.
Oh boy. Let's take some calls. A pleasant good morning to you, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
I call him from the Beta Andy. I call him from the Labas. Landfill anyway. Some people just call Sila the Beta. Morning, Lennox, Mickie, Kerr.
Good morning to you, my friend.
Whoever the director, but I don't know if it's Cup, but it's Miss Cup boy. Anyhow, Andy, let me do a little math for some people here this morning, and let me leave all with this till the weekend. No, me not at no Orlando, so me got to talk about Orlando. There are many others like him, which me and my nephew, Kerr myself, we don't pay no mind. I want to also let the nation know, via the world know, that my son is only 8 years and he get 100 out of 100 in spelling. That one word, that one letter is a mistake. The teachers are proud of him. 8 years. And he reading any book in Standard 5. 8 years, you know. I have one which is 2 years. He counted in Spanish. From 1 to 20. He can come from 1 to 40. 2 years, he going to school already. Yeah, he was to go daycare. They took him out of the daycare. He took right for the daycare. So he going to school already. I'm going to do some maths for you all because in back in the partnership, we all had contractors and UNC contractors too. And it was 16. Then we quarrel, but we say pay them nasty, boy. Look how they do CPEP. They take CPEP, they take out 30 nails over the CPEP thing, boy, and they cut it in half. So it was 16, and each team was 10,000 per team. So that was 60,000 a month. So in 1 year, now I'm going back to the Kerr Marcel in 2 million and something, which his sister had a CPEP contract in Beaton, which everybody which fall below once they wanted to work up phase 3, they were employed. Just over that Sandra Jacob upliftment, lower down on phase 2. And it had Stephen Westfield. That was Heinz' friend. He had a contract around that same time too. Then we have one called Spotty. Spotty, that Heinz favorite boy. He had one to say 4 contractors and beat him. So I think all the contractors throughout the years had worked for that amount of money. 2 million point. I said it was 2 million and a half. I checked it roughly the other day. Before anything, I said no, all them contractors, I mean, let me say in the 10 years below PNM, they work for 2 million and change. That added up per month, right? Now below the UNC, that 60 workers, PNM belong to 30. Now the 60 workers, I used to get 60,000 per month. Annually, yearly, that will come up to 700,020. Because you're checking 60 by 12. So it's 700,020. Now, people like Mickie, Andy Williams, and all who had contract for the 8 years because Dr. Munilal, the Honorable, my godfather, my lover, my father, my everything, after God, after my real father, because my father is so well, he's so 100, is Dr. Munilal, who sees about the children in Beaton annually. That a bucket he don't miss out and never miss out. Whether PNM was in power, whether he was in opposition. Right? So I ask God to continue to bless he and Jillian John, who the UNC fighting on so much. Now remember to the 8 years when Andy, Mickie and all who had contract below, and Munilal extended to 3 years, but Munilal intelligent is a very bright person.
Right, but what? All right, let me ask you something.
And that mount up, yes, Andy.
What that bring it to the right? And what that bring it to the program?
Because they talking about the swimming pool what Korean doing, you know. They talking about that in Mova. They talking about that a contract for 2 million and change. Why you all have already announced us and those on social media who seem to have no sense? What will I explain to people? Not you, Andy. I'm talking about just going nationwide. Who the cat fit let wear that? Right? Why don't I explain it was 20,000 a month? And show the 10 years it will amount to that. Sometimes they get 20, sometimes they get 22 as a contractor per month. It will amount to that. Going with a his sister company. At that time, probably where you were, an older man. So he's not a citizen. What will Berkey, what will Berkey then get? Eh? Berkey die building house in Aruka. Berkey there, you know. And he house building still from AGC. Right? Nobody talk about that. Tyson, 6-ball boss, and the 7-ball boss, contract come up in the hand to them. In the hand. They might to go and tender over do nothing. Them might to go by CPEP and come in the hand for them. So Corey Marcel and Carissa, his sister, they are not citizens. And them cannot be afforded a CPEP contract. Right? I will leave all over this song. In only 8 years, how much I work for? 5 million point something, 5 million and a half. All I want to do the maths. 60,000 per month by 8 years. And me want to no calculator, you know, for that man. Sometimes my father never liked a calculator. He beat you was ruler, decimal, points.
All right, well, let me ask you something. We in active politics?
Right?
Are we in active politics? Are we in active
We
politics?
talk about Kareem, I'm going to talk about him in
Kareem in
politics.
active politics. Andy Williams
Yeah,
and
he was
Mikey
not
K in
in
active politics.
He was not
And
in
let me ask,
politics,
let me
but he
ask.
just like any
All right, let me ask something. Just the same way you defending, just the same way you're trying to defend your nephew being in active politics, and you're right, your calculations is right? Why would we allow you to come to next man? You make we a topic. Don't make we a topic. We is not an MP. We is not your family. Don't use we as your coach or your hammock to justify your nephew who is in active politics. When Andy Williams way back then, when Andy and Mikey had whoever CPEP contract you're talking about, we was no counselor. We was no politician. We wasn't in no public office. When in public office is a different ball game. All of them that the PNM give councillors, MPs, ministers, chairman of this, chairman of that, all of them in public office, you tons. We're coming here, Matson, Anderson, Wilson. So don't play comment to be on Andy Williams or Mikey K partner. Andy Williams and Mikey K wasn't in no public office. You big dunce, so you're Matson. Corey Marcel, he was a councillor in public office. What PNM CEO? Lennox Smith, give me the list. Give me that list. Of all them people who was in public office that benefited from the government, which is a conflict of interest. You mentioned about Berkey. Berkey wasn't in any public office. This is Berkey. All the bright you're talking about bright. Like bright talk, like I challenging you. Like I debating you. You mentioned those community leaders, Tyson and this one and that one. Them in any public office? So why you're Matson. And why get back that calculator. Calculate good. And in that calculator, put in all who get contracts being in public office. Compare to Andy or Mikey or Berkey or Tyson or this one or that one, all them leaders and them names you're calling up. And your nonsense. Put in your maths. If there was in any public office, any councillor, any CEO, any chairman, put in your maths. Your Matson. You show me there that is a consummate dunce, and you did not understand what we're talking about.
Don't be too harsh on him, Landy. Don't be too harsh on him. The first thing, of course, I observe from his advancement and the argument that he would have, of course, given is that the 2 million in the case of Marcel is over a certain period of time, years. But I think that would have been understood, because nobody would say that for every CPEP contract, they would have gotten $1 million or $2 million. It means that you have to multiply that by the 3 years or the 4 years that the contractor would have had to expire or last. So therefore, I think people understand that it's $2 million cumulatively. Let's get that clear. With respect, of course, to his argument, and I accept that Marcel and others are in fact members of the community, and therefore are entitled. I trust that he would have applied that same philosophical position to you and Mikey, as the case may be. I noticed he didn't say that I had one. Well, I want to say that I didn't have any. And of course, I don't think if there was anybody to have one, would have been me. So it raises a particular point. And the point I am getting at is that whilst there are political patronage and has always been in these programs, whether it be URP, CPEP, etc., we have always said that the political appointments, the political offices must be left for the administration of the day to appoint. What we have seen, of course, is the most obscene of situations where there is an over preponderance of persons who are connected to the PNM getting these opportunities. And to me, that is the big difference between the political patronage that would have been obviously shared out or meted out under the UNC past, as opposed to how the PNM would have operated. In other words, PNM people, irregardless or excluding all else, and I think that is the big difference. That is why I could safely say, from the listing that we have before us, that Balize House would have been clearly a beneficiary of that, and it was deliberate so that only people that have a PNM connection will get the largest of the state, the taxpayers' resources, in order to fulfill a narrow political agenda. In this case, of course, I use as a symbol, but not necessarily consuming all of the monies, but certainly a symbol of the construction and the development of that monstrosity called Balize House. That's the big difference here. Right? That in the case of the PNM, it excludes everybody else. Only PNM people must get. And of course, in the case of the UNC, what we have seen is a greater distribution of the resources by these programs, notwithstanding that political appointees to administer the programs or these programs must have exclusive access to political offices. But when coming to contracts and contractors and so on, then of course it should be widely or spread beyond political consideration. That's the point I am making here. And I think he failed to tell us that in his, of course, argument. It sounds good, not very, very, very specious, however. Sound good, but really and truly, it's lacking some very important ingredients.
The most important ingredient to all of that again, the people names in which he keep calling. And nowhere was any political appointee on ever any government state board or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or was any UNC member or this or that and all them kind of bacchanal stupidness. What the country is talking about, what the UNC is highlighting. The UNC is highlighting that the PNM cronies and them Lennox Smith feed themselves.
Total control.
Themselves.
Total beneficiary. Look. It is obscene.
It was
obscene.
Ordinary citizens like myself, or Mikey, or you Anderson, or Lennox Smith, or Santa Cruz, or it was no ordinary citizen. It was the PNM was giving upon to their own selves, councillors, chairmen, CEOs, MPs, ministers, which is a conflict of interest.
But I think what will confirm or what will certify the veracity of what we are saying will now be confirmed by the list that I have here. Just about,
let's hear the list.
Just about nine or so. I think it's important to do so. Apart from those that we mentioned already, between 2021 and 2025, we had a situation where 2 million Gillian Lewis construction, and this person was Gillian Lewis was the Malabar Mausika constituency chairman.
Oh boy!
Let me repeat.
Oh boy, Lennox Smith, you now
Gillian
calculating good.
Lewis
You matching the
is
maths.
the Malabar Mausika constituency chairman, not for the UNC, for the PNM. Let's go again. 2 million in contracts over the period 2021 to 2025. So let's be very specific, because Anderson, for a moment, there sound like a typical PNM argument that is not 800 million, it's 400 million, and that makes, of course, the right to spend that money. You know, that was the argument when the idea of the mothball train 1 was raised. The PNM wasn't concerned about the fact that money should not have been spent there at all, but is the amount was misrepresented is really 400 as opposed to 800. No, that is not the argument. The argument is the people who have benefited seem to be totally connected to the PNM and the various structures that the PNM would have, of course, been operating under. 2 million. This is the second one. Another 2 million. The Donovan Company. Alvin Reeves, a former San Fernando councillor. Let's continue. 2 million again. Dios Constructing Services. Marilyn Lewis. Tobias, Vice Chair of the PNM's Women's Arm, or the PNM Women's League, as is stated here. 1.9 million, Tobago Landscape Maintenance, Curtis Shade, former Tabakit constituency chairman. Continue, 1.9 million. Zoraina's maintenance and landscaping, Alvin Mohammed, former San Fernando West constituency chairman. Let's go ahead. 1.7 million. Debros Marketing and Services, Nigel Cleghorn, 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 PNM Vice Chairman, San Fernando West. And that is just 9 or so I would want to mention at this point in time. 1.3 million. Luju Maintenance Company, June Christopher, former PNM St. Madeleine area manager. Let us not waste time. When we say something, we would have done our research. And whilst, of course, we accept that the political patronage is part of it, it cannot be to the exclusion of all else, and probably more qualified. That is the point we are making. And there's too many of these persons who are engaged in the various structures of the PNM party not to be concerned. Not to be concerned.
Not only that.
And the argument about Andy and Mickie and so on, Mickie is no part of any structure of the UNC, nor is Andy. He, of course, because of our commitment to good governance and the party and the progress of Trinidad and Tobago, and the fact that history would have shown that the UNC's policies has always been to benefit, of course, the widest possible participation and always inclusive. We gravitate there. And it's not that we are talking for our supper, as the case may be, but because we have a conviction way beyond financial and fiscal consideration, but is about national development and the commitment to a cause and the attachment of our commitment to a particular political entity that we believe can take us to where we would like to go as a developed state among the various states in this globalized environment called the modern world. And that is where we are at. So don't let me have to mention more now. Go ahead, Andy.
Nice. And one more thing while we continue. So my brother Anderson Wilson will get the hands. Andy Williams is not a fool. It's not a stupidity that you may think that I am. You feel that I don't know. You're using psychology. Playing smart with foolishness. To come to derail my co-host Mickie K and myself on our program. You feel I don't know that what you're doing is coming in my own house to try to destroy me for PNM. What you show me there, Anderson Wilson, is that you don't care about me. You don't care about Mickie K. You don't care about the program. You care about your nephew and the PNM more than they care about us. Because to come on our program, to come to baffle us with some kind of tortish intelligence that you deem to have, feeling that I, Andy Williams, not smart enough to smell a traitor, a rat, a deceiver, that trying to destroy me on my own program. I'd be a fool not to realize that. So again, stop playing smart with foolishness. No way you are smarter than Andy Williams, the Pitbull radio partner. No way you could be a bully for Andy Williams, the Pitbull radio partner. I's more dog than you. Whenever you want to test me, the arena is open, partner. It is what it is. But it is what it shouldn't be. And you are not acting like somebody that supports the UNC. You're not acting like somebody that supports this program. Because this is his third time you come on this program to destroy this program. Or to bring people, or to have people mentally thinking different about the host and them. And here we're hurting me. In defense of your PNM dirty nephew. Boy, rock so boy. Haul my Anderson Wilson boy. Haul. If it's what you want, it's what you gonna get.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
And I might add, as we are on it, and we are on, of course, issues that we may not have touched and ought to have touched during the course of the week. I want to say the whole question of the sudden love, the sudden passion, the sudden emotions for, of course, the so-called 10, then it morphed to more 1,000 persons that may have been displaced, so whether it be through Europe, CPEP and so on, according to the PNM narrative, of course, not taking into consideration what the government, and I have some nuances, what I consider to be concerns that I will raise at the appropriate time and in the appropriate place. But the fact of the matter is that when you use terms such as during the course of the PNM's administration, particularly under Rowley, he would talk about no gazetted worker has lost their jobs under the PNM. You know, it's really and truly an insult to people's intelligence. No gazetted worker, you remember that term, Andy? No gazetted worker has lost their jobs under the PNM. What does that term mean? You know, it simply means, and he threatened even the gazetted workers as well during COVID. He used COVID as the opportunity to tell them, listen, if you didn't take the vaccine, you lost your salary. And now, of course, that is the ultimate determinant as to whether or not a person has a job, that you have a salary. But I want to say this. The gazetted workers he was referring to is not only unionized workers in the public sector he was referring to, but he was also referring to those who have spent so much time, so much of their professional and career life in the service that you can't get rid of them just like that. That is what he was talking about. In other words, it's a fanciful way to say that, listen, I targeting and I get rid of all of the contracted workers. The fanciful way to say that. And people, and these fellas, they train to use these kinds of what I consider semantic and obfuscatory terms in order to hoodwink and well, for me, I am bemused, but for others, it's confused them to believe that somehow they have done something that is honorable and that they have not interfered, of course, with the mass of workers and contractors. Come on. And I'm saying this because I wanted the PNM observers and those who still have some kind of residual inclination to believe that somehow the PNM, by some mystery, some mystic, some enigma, get back into office, that they are going to change. No, they will continue as they have been doing in opposition right now. The kind of exacerbations and the kind of exaggeration and the kind of nonsense. Imagine a big man like the former, the son of the former prime minister, deceased. I talk about Patrick Manning, so therefore this is Brian Manning talking here. He does not know. He does not know. Put another way, in that discussion in the Senate, in the standing committee of the considering line by line the budget. Imagine he is telling people, you and I, that if you have a large bank account and you're a company or you're like the government, the vehicles that you own, the vehicles that work for you, that execute your operation, doesn't have to pay insurance. He doesn't know that. And he was the laughing stock of the parliament when he raised that. In fact, so much so that the presiding officer, the speaker, got so damn vexed. He said, listen, how could you come here and not abreast yourself of the law? And having regard to the law, that question, I'm paraphrasing here now, that question is nonsensical, irrational, and irrelevant. Because the law is that at minimum third party, every single vehicle that is in this country must be insured. But he's telling you, because the government has a big wad and the treasury of the country, that their vehicles must not or cannot be insured. And so logically, if Neil and Marcy has vehicles that they are using for their own use, not that they sell, but using for their own use,
but why
that because they have a big bank account, their vehicles is not subjected to any insurance. That is what is palming off in the parliament of this country. A former fella who was in the ministry and a minister in the ministry of finance.
Why we not senior?
He is so bad. How Imbert really is. These fellas are naked now, and therefore they have proven to be total charlatans and unworthy of being in public office in the first place. Go ahead, my friend.
But why we not senior? We only have a petty here. Anyhow, Rodney, you now become my big king caca hole. You, Rodney, that outside. Eh? Why? I could challenge 1,000,000-man army with only one man partner. One man. I will continue to challenge millions. What? How many viewers? How many viewers you Pitbull have? If you say it's 47, will you make it 48? And Rodney? That was say, all your PNM clowns, so stupid. And you look on? And you look on to the person that only have 47 viewers? They say, oh, we're not on radio? Don't worry. We're not on TV? Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. So Rodney.
Well, of course, we in this business so long, we have heard better talk than that crow and end up by Kentucky.
Exactly. So don't worry, Rodney. Don't let me bring in my list and school you with stale piss, cocaine broom soak, and beat you all over your face. Verbally, not physically.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Don't get tired up with how the Pitbull is, partner. You see, all that kind of stubbornness, the Pitbull don't be on people. Check good. When I fight the people that have money. I fight the decision makers. I fight for the poor. I don't be on people personally. And when it's you, Anderson Wilson, it could be the whole of the PNM. If all they want a personal fight, come on, the Pitbull ready for fight.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
What I say because I believe the Pitbull sick? Why? I like a Highlander. The last set of energy to have, even if I'm not well, I have it holding and saving to chop all your PNM people heads right off. Again, verbally, not physically.
Bang, 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 bang.
I think it was Watson Jutu who called you a Spartan. And Spartan, I mean, you don't want a better terminology than that to suggest tenacity and suggest strength of purpose, character, and personality, and a commitment to duty, physically, intellectually, mentally, psychologically, and otherwise.
Nice.
So, Spartan. Go ahead, Spartan. But just give them just a small portion. Don't give them all.
Yeah. Sort out. And watch me, the strength and health and strength going to remain to the whole 5 years of the UNC cleaning up the PNMS until the UNC going to get a next 5 years. It's until the PNM name and people like Corey Marcel, Faris Alwari, Coleman Burt, Penny No Sense Beckles, and all those PNM devils, pipers, crackheads, go away and leave the people of Trinidad and Tobago alone, because they're not bringing no good to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. All they bring is stress, bullying, and they bring the destruction of Trinidad and Tobago. PNM must be no more. I will live and have strength to see a new opposition form and get rid of that nasty, dirty party called the PNM. I have to live to see Corey Marcel lost that PNM seat because the people in Beatham, the people in Laventille will eventually understand that PNM not good for them. And if they want true change and they want prosperity in Laventille and Beatham environs, that they keep away from the PNM because the PNM is a piping party. Wanna be on me? What? I boy, they strength are saving, you know. Wait, hold. It's just a matter of time the Pitbull will be saying again. I must say a pleasant good morning to all maxi taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, truckers. Wait! And for all of you that were listening to us in your homes via radio, wait! Hold!
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
So now let's continue to the program that all your PNM can't stop listening to the Don's Pitbull that brighter than all in every way, smarter than all in every way. Here I want, there's the battle I want. Bring more like Olena boy. Let more Olena lock on to the program. It shows how smart, how smarter I am than all of you. Let Sean Felix, everybody come. All of them. Google that big fat bump. Let you come to. Pastor. A big humper tutu. And where she is. Yeah. Now let me continue with the good work of Kamla Prasad Bisesa, the government. Kudos to the UNC. Over 100,000 people in Oxmeta here don't apply for government jobs.
Yeah, it has been oversubscribed. And I have no doubt in my mind of what that indicates. Of course, the PLM will tell you that will act as though, of course, this happened overnight. But I want to tell you that is an accumulation of the various years. The various years that would have predated the 28th of April 2025. Various years predated where no work was provided, no opportunity was created. And I want to show you this, if you didn't observe, that the jobs that are being offered now in this dispensation, in this first tranche, if you want to call it that, has been always there. It was the PNM that stopped the public sector from employing anybody. But otherwise, vacancy came.
You're going to know after
no replacement was pursued. Yeah, it was always there. Are you telling me that them like people? Come on, man.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Go ahead, caller.
I like Rodney now. Rodney ball. Whoa! Yeah. Rodney no ball and go Pitbull. Call some others.
Yeah,
let them know. Join the program. Go ahead.
Yes, Andy. Andy, do not let these people work you up, Andy. Rebuke them. You see, God gave you power and authority to tell the devil to stop. Reverse that. Right? Don't let them work you up. You need to take your pressure test after, because I'm watching you on TV here. You had to take your pressure test because it have people outside here concerned about you and the ground report, Lennox, all you, right? And we're praying for you. You know, I just want to say something. When Saddam Hussein turn was to answer questions in Parliament yesterday, not one of them could have faced Saddam Hussein to ask him any question. Not one. I was waiting for Colin Booth, and I was waiting for the last prime minister who was there for a day or so, right? None of them gone after Saddam Hussein on them, right? And I want to tell Colin Booth, you living in Diego Martin, and you have the audacity to ask the question. Tell the who it was again that they had to dig well and they had no water in Diego Martin and things like that, and calling me, but you was there for 10 years and you didn't give the people water. You had the people digging wells to get water. You talking about river, they have to go in the river. You have no shame, man. This man had no shame that calling me, but and that woman who is the propaganda of the PNM, she get $3.3 million. I'm waiting on the Attorney General to bring that before Parliament. She has to return that $3.3 million that Colin Booth gave her, right? And to all PNM might to come in your program and pretending that there's UNC for years. They could say anything. I could say I was a PNM. I could say I was a PNM still, right? But I'm not going to compromise who I know that God put there to govern and rule this country, right? They want to know every cent, every dollar, every penny, boy, in Parliament. Even so, they had the acting Prime Minister, what's her name again? Oh God, boy, when I'm talking, I just forget, yeah? Jolene John. Poor Jolene John. The way her Colin Booth was nasty, and this another man, Stuart Young. Even you that man shouting at she, that is what they call bullying of this PNM. They are nothing but bullies. Right? And all them PNMites are these bully people. Let it come by me with the dotishness and see how they put them in the place. I fret nobody because I know who be for me. My God is for me. No man can be against me. And you want to take a stand, and I love how you're taking a stand now. Don't let nobody dictate all the pace. And you know what? They're jealous of you get a little end with the UNC. That's what bothering them, just like all the pressure in Twiggy too. They're jealous and all here because all you're getting all the little, all the little job with the UNC, little bit, Lennox all here. God didn't forget all you. He didn't bring all you this far to leave all you alone. Right? He knows all your needs and he will provide and he will make a way for all you under this government, under this present government, because they are there for all the people of Trinidad and Tobago, not just the PNMites and the propagandists. That is my thing now. Okay, Andy?
All right, oh boy. Let's go to the lines. Thousands of people are trying to get in. What? Earlier on, what's up? You talking about what? 50-something people? Lock on? Man, let me know if show them how many people lock on right now. Nah? Let me just show them in total.
Don't be caught up in the illusionists and of course the propagandists statements of people like Gonzalez, because there it is. Imbert would have sat in a meeting with Gonzalez, and he had the audacity to say that their transformation of Wassa was such that it brought more water to the country, and yet still Imbert goes and says something like that his constituency doesn't have any water. What does that say? It says that the PNM is now really and truly morphed into a Tower of Babel, the biblical Babel, where the right hand and what the left hand doing. They are totally in a state of discombobulation and confusion. So we have to, as I think somebody said, yes, I think it was Pararat, he told Imbert he needs psychological attention, he needs psychological help. And it appears that it must be extended to all of them. Of course, I call it a different term, but if we have a caller, go ahead, because I would describe it as manic depressive psychosis. They have a total disconnection to reality. Total.
Nice. Let's go to the #1 program that all disgruntled PNM people have to listen to in the morning. And who ain't getting it on social media, go get it soon in their vehicles. They'll get it soon on the airwaves. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Morning, Andy. Morning, gentlemen. Morning to the #1 talk show in Trinidad and Tobago. Andy, you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah. And Andy, I just want to tell you this, right? When the dog barking, does that affect the mountain? How a dog barking could affect the mountain? That's what these PNM people are. They're foolish, and you know it is, they're dotish to the bone. They're just like that, and I can't understand, for the love of God, how these hypocrites, how these funny thinking people will sit down there, boy, for all the bankrupt our whole country. This former minister of the Treasury, he commented sit down and he pretended like he don't know anything to the poor thing, so innocent. And you see how ugly he is? And he always looking like his face squinch up like a salt prunes, and he vex. Everybody else talking like he really in a rage in a kind of way. Boy, Andy, I hope God answer your prayers and them gone, as Mr. Lennox has always say, to the dustbin of history. Thank God for the UNC. Do have a nice one, gentlemen, and God bless all you.
No problem. Thank you, caller. Next caller to the #1 program, The Ground Report. Go ahead, caller.
Morning, Santa Flora in the house.
Hey, Santa Flora, go ahead, my brother.
Boy, I listened to Clyde yesterday by Clyde pong in them hard, man. That is the way they had to pong them. Don't let them talk, because them only on that stupidness. Thank God for Clyde and them fellas, boy. Because I don't know, like Saddam and them want to pong them. All the stupidness them fellas do for the past years. Look, we used to get water 3 times for the month. When PNM was in power, we had to wait 3 weeks for water, you know. Sometimes a month, and you ain't get no water. You know, we get water every week, and it lasts in 2 days, eh? So that is not improvement with the UNC. Like Kamala did go on with the valve where they just open the water, and she come back and bring it back. You understand? I don't know these people and them are those. I don't know, people have no sense, but look at work when they come up. Are the people, I want to ask the people of this country, if they were satisfied with the ghost gang and them. If they're satisfied with that, well then, better we vote back PNM. You understand? Because if you could entertain the wrong thing that this previous government was doing, and you standing up with them, that means you like that, the ghost gang and all these other thing that the people coming to work and they ain't doing nothing and stuff like that. Some people ain't even coming on the job and they getting paid. For years, these things going on. It's time that they stop it. And now they stop trying to stop it. The people have a problem with that. That means you like what's going on. All right, let me give somebody else a chance. Let's forget all what I had to say. Yeah, later.
Thank you very much, Point 14. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me play some voice notes. So much of voice notes coming within that time. Everybody want a piece of the Ground Report program. Let's continue.
Andy, good morning to you. Hope you're feeling a lot better this morning. Good morning to Lennox, Mikey, Newbie, and to everybody out there. Andy, people are worried about the UNC's response in the Standing Finance Committee. But don't be. Because you see what happens. When PNM cannot have their way, they destroy. They are doing what they do best, bully people. To hear them talk, you would swear that they were not in office for 9 years, 7 months, right? Or 3,540 days. You would swear that they were in the wilderness because they acted like they were in the wilderness for all these times, right? The questions that they are asking, the stupid questions, UNC supporters only listen properly to the questions before they make a judgment. The questions are stupid questions. Imagine Brian Manning asking about insurance, motor vehicle insurance. Imagine Gatsby Dolly coming to ask why tertiary education was shut down. And how many vacancies you just left the ministry 180 days ago, and you coming to ask these questions? I think that that rope that you have on the head is too tight. And don't ask us to. Oh my goodness. You asking how many academian vessels working? Really? When we had the COVID, you said that some man was coming to see it and for some parts or something, and he didn't walk with the part, and he had to go back and get the part, and one set of who shot John. But all you coming to criticize the UNC government, coalition government. All you really have no shame. All you're proving daily that the Likoto Jumbi eat all your shame. And as for Penny, who was in a slumber, who was playing Rip Van Winkle for the last 9 years, she now get up. She now had a healing from being deaf, dumb, and blind and complaining about everything. She acting like a coma patient. She find that there was not enough time. The man said about a month ago, more than a month ago, that he was resigning. You didn't have enough time? But no, you know what happened? As I said before, when PNM cannot have their way, they want to mash up. But I'll tell them something. We have a country to run, and all they could take aside. We have no time for their lies, half-truths, and propaganda again. Take that propaganda outside Balise House, not into the parliament. We are fed up of you all. So UNC supporters, don't feel that they're bullying them. Don't feel that the genuine UNC supporters, right? Listen good and understand what's going on. Right? We will not be bullied, and it's best they keep quiet and answer them. It's best they keep quiet and answer those ignoramus on them, and we move on out. Leave them, let them carry on. And it's not that the UNC people don't have the answers. They have the answers, but the answers they have is not what the answers that the 19 opposition leaders want to hear. That's exactly what's going on. They are bullies. Thanks a lot, Andy, and have a good morning.
Bang, 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 bang. The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
As Anna Munsami mentioned about Penny not getting a hint so long that the Chief Justice was going to organize and pack up his boots. Penny was opposing the appointment of Justice Ronnie Buru Singh as Chief Justice. And that's why I tell you, is it truth what was going on here? She was recommending Justice Prakash Musi. That is who she was recommending, Justice Prakash Musi. Why she was recommending Justice Prakash Musi? To act. Why she was recommending Justice Prakash Musi to act? And more likely than not, he was recommended, and they said he was not that he was recommended by Larry Lala. Justice Prakash Musi, it's alleged, was recommended by Larry, so-called long-time UNC Lala, who is a PNM now. That failure as a lawyer. Went up to be part of UNC executive all along. He's a PNM. Let me finish this. She wanted Prakash Musi to act by the time and waiting the PNM president to come back. So the PNM president after would have turned around and make Musi the Chief Justice. Let me give you all the story why. She recommended her Musi because Larry Lala, it's alleged, recommended him. Because Larry Lala and Musi them grow up together in El Dorado. Musi's hardware and Larry Lala's father run a ESSO gas station across the road on the Eastern Main Road in El Dorado, hoping for the president to appoint Musi permanent when he come back. The Musi family, Larry Lala them, grew up together in a El Socorro, Musi hardware. Larry Lala's father had the gas station right there. Them was the permanent families in the El Dorado area. You see how the PNM they separate? And all the PNM people should watch. The same Indian, and I will say Indian because they like to be on Indian people, come from Norway, from the UNC, that was an underlaw PNM. Was an underlaw PNM. The Indian that the PNM they still only don't like. Look, that Indian calling more shots than all you. That Indian tell the Creole opposition leader to recommend Musi. We're all only African in this. Eh? Watch it. Lala come from UNC, gonna across there and could instruct Penny, Big Belly Penny, to recommend Musi, who grew up with Larry, Lala, and all of them. Them is a permanent knife and fork family up there in El Dorado. What in the darkness come to light? Don't worry. Hold! Anderson Wilson, you bring out the beast in me. You bring out the dog in me this morning. Is war you want? Is war you will get?
I'm glad that was.
Go ahead, Lennox Smith.
Yeah, I'm glad that topic was raised. The whole question surrounding the appointment of Justice, now Chief Justice, of course, Rani Budu Singh. But it's very interesting. If you listen or if you read Martin Daly, he is talking about some kind of, I wouldn't use a strong word as conspiracy, but certainly some kind of orchestration, some kind of choreographing of the entire situation. So he has built into it some kind of conspiracy theory. And if you read, of course, the Law Association as well, you would see that they are a bit disappointed in the way that the entire exercise unfolded. But I want to say at the same time that all of them agreed that he would have been a magnificent choice. He would have been a magnificent, or he is a magnificent choice. But the entire thing was triggered, of course, by the former Chief Justice, who said that he is willing to leave in 2 days' time. So he gave a very little wiggling room for the normal process to take place. However, it did not stop the opposition leader from, of course, claiming that the process must be done in the way that it has been traditional. But you have built into something that I did not consider, and I want to thank you for that, because it is clear now that it was a question of buying time, one, for the substantive president to come out from holidays. It's clear, and that, of course, she would have had the opportunity to probably identify someone of her choice. And I say so too when I make the nexus, the connection with respect to the statement made by the Law Association, because they said that traditionally what will happen is that the opposition will get a chance to caucus with their own, and of course make some recommendation for people who they would prefer to become or hold the office of Chief Justice. So I am making the nexus, you see. So people is really more in the mortar than the person. So if you believe that we on this program and if Andy is not part and parcel of that ability to critically examine matters, you better disabuse yourself of that kind of notion. So here it is. The Prime Minister, Honorable Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, says, well, listen, she got the correspondence from the acting president, Wade Mark, with respect, of course, to his choice of Chief Justice to replace, of course, Iva Archie, and she is neither here nor there. That was her public statement on the matter. So she got the correspondence and she left it up to Wade Mark, in essence. The opposition leader said, well, she got two correspondence. One was supposed to be directed to the Prime Minister, and then she got one that was directed specifically to her. So one was, of course, directed to her in error. However, she claimed, the opposition leader that is, that there wasn't sufficient time for her to make an adequate, or should I say, informed response. But what you have mentioned there suggests that, because she did say that an acting appointment should have been, and the person who was acting has been identified to act should be the one to continue the process, while of course more time is given for the election or the selection of a substantive Chief Justice. So what you're saying there, I think, has a lot of credence when you put all of the factors together, whether you are using deductive reasoning or you are using inductive reasoning. The fact of the matter is that we now have a Chief Justice, and we have to live with that. And everybody, of course, are in agreement that the Justice Ronnie Budu Singh is, in fact, the appropriate person for the job. And we say on the ground, we report to him, congratulations, and we will be in contact.
Right. Prakash, Mr. Prakash, pronounce that from is Musai? They call it
Mosai, yeah.
Mosai.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Mr.
Mosai,
Prakash,
yeah.
Mosai. Right. So, corrected. Yeah. It's corrected. Ramchan. Right? Mr. Ramcharan. Right, Mr. Ramcharan? It's corrected. Mosai.
Yeah, Mosai. Yeah.
Nice.
That's how it's pronounced, yes.
Right. So, at the end of the day, Mr. Mosai was penny choice based on recommendations from ex-UNC Lala. Understand? Because the Mosai family and the Lala family grew up together in El Dorado. And there was a prominent family around there. Because Lala father had a gas station only.
Yeah. And in conclusion, and why it is acceptable and legitimate, whatever reason the process started was triggered by Ivor Archie, the fact of the matter is that he was present. The Prime Minister wasn't there at the inauguration, but he the former Chief Justice was present. The acting president was there, obviously, and of course the citation would have been read, all of his qualifications and so on, as the appropriate person to fill the office of Chief Justice. But I took note as well that Martin Daly said that he was surprised to some extent that Alexander, the Minister of Homeland Security, was part and parcel of the witnessing of that exercise, suggesting somehow that the executive had a more than over preponderance role in, of course, the selection of Chief Justice in this country. But the fact is that the matter is a fait accompli. Ronnie Budu Singh is, in fact, the Chief Justice today, and there's nothing anybody could do about it.
Nice. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I feel good. Time check. It's approximately, 27 minutes past your 8 o'clock. You have 3 more minutes, boy. Oh, lad. I'm going to play some voice notes here. Oh, sucks.
You go ahead, my friend. You go ahead.
Make it short and sweet.
Andy.
Because I want to play some voice notes.
Andy.
Go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Andy, Orlando. Andy, the fella name is Prakash Mosai.
Mosai, yeah.
Now, Prakash, my wife have a house right in the back of the hardware from Tanapuna. So we have your house right in the back of the hardware from Mosai Hardware. Andy, Prakash Mosai, his sister married to my sister-in-law, my sister brother-in-law. The coastal hardware, the coastal construction. So when coastal lose all the business, Prakash Mosai went to the government and fight the government for coastal to get on the business because the bank sees everything. So that's why Prakash Mosai, the little brother of the coastal, own everything. My brother-in-law is a coastal. Okay, my brother-in-law is a coastal. My sister married to one of the coastal, my sister. What people think I'll be talking rubbish. I know Prakash Mosai went to the government and fight the government to win everything for his brother-in-law because the coastal, the little one, Siwa, owned coastal because Prakash, he married to the Mosai daughter. I know all of them, Siwa, Harry, I know all of them. All the brothers of them I know. The big man who Mr. Prasad owned coastal, I know it. Because my sister worked for them and he married to one of the brother. So, what if they're talking, you're right. There's a connection. You're totally right. Because he's now he turned a strict PNM, the coastal. That's why they're getting to donate money to build all that stuff on me. So when I say, I'll be telling you, Andy, sometimes I make mistake by talking, I use bad language, but I know what I say. I have plenty connection. Andy later, my friend. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. And what you say,
So the problem,
connected.
the PNM probably felt they would have gotten the opportunity to put their choice as CJ in the present circumstance. Well, that did not happen. The Lord moves in mysterious ways, his wonders to perform, and it was wonderful.
Nice. Right, I'm going to play some voice notes there, boy. Before the people vex me, today Friday. Oh, Lord.
Oh, yes.
Andy,
Don't forget
morning.
people Monday.
Only for you.
Only
for your ears, eh?
More tonight.
Andy.
Oh, no, that's only for my ears. Oh, God, I got to listen to that after. Lucky thing you tell me only for my ears. Next time, write it. Write only for my ears. Next time. Nice. Let me continue those voice notes, man. Hey.
Good morning to the Magnificent 3. Andy, don't get too beat up on these people and them, because at the end of the day, these people back against the wall, and they trying their best to do what they had to do to look good. But remember, it's 5 years this government here for, and the PNM know they cannot do nothing. Is what the UNC say goes. So all what they are trying to do is to make themselves look kind of presentable in the eyes of the voter base. But at the end of the day, there is nothing right now. And I could trust and tell you that very soon, PNM will be out of it. Because you see what happening now? The people wouldn't have no URP and CPEC to go to. They will have good sustainable jobs to go to, and now they could make a choice who they are to vote for and who they are to vote for. They will vote on merits, they could vote on issue and ideas, they could vote on the economy, like how PNM have it. So just now PNM wouldn't have nothing to say. And the people who in charge is Kamala Bissessa, and she is a fixed woman at the end of the day. Another thing, you see how Delcy Rosignol talking there? They know Kamala is he get out of jail for Manduro and also Delcy Rodriguez. So you see what she said? Kamala being misled. So if Kamala being misled by Rubio, it means Delcy and them ready to talk with Kamala. Because if they want to show she the right thing, it means they will talk about the dragon grass. And we will be in a better place sooner or later. That's what Andy boy, I just had to jump in again. Right? No matter what they do or what they say, you still remain the Pitbull boy already. And they can't get to you. I know you just unsigned them, but I know they're going to raise the pressure because you make them out. And for Mr. Imbut, it was me in Parliament. I had to tell Imbut, until he could tell me where that $2.6 billion gone, he can't ask me nothing about money. No allocation at all. I say because the reason why I tell them nothing with the allocation in the 10% is because I'm waiting on you to tell me where that $2.6 billion gone. And I challenge any PNM man on the side to tell me where that money gone. And unless all you can't tell me where that 2 million is, all you, I answer all you nothing. Because that's what I'm waiting on. Because if all you couldn't tell the Auditor General, all you had to tell me here because I need that money for Trinidad and Tobago right now. Okay, brothers.
Nice. I'm looking for the Hayden Joseph. I ain't seen him. I want one of them directors outside of this chat here where I ain't seen him. Go in YouTube, find Hayden Joseph and block him forever and ever. Amen.
When Delcy Rodriguez said that people are leading Kamala Bissessa off a cliff, Kamala's response, I forget to mention this one now that that last voice note referred to it. She said very simple. no, nobody can lead me off a cliff because I am heading up a hill. I'm heading for the sky. I think that was very, instructive in terms of an appropriate response. And so she's not looking downwards, she's looking upwards.
Nice. I'm looking for the Hayden Joseph by the meanwhile. I want to get rid of
Yes, and she's carrying, of course, the country on her shoulders, so to speak. And as I said, she did not get anything official. Prime Minister's office receiving any formal communications or communique from Venezuela, and therefore she will not engage in gossip mongering or fomenting it or expanding it.
It. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Andy.
Morning to you, my brother. Go ahead, Kenrick.
Calm down, Fred, bro. Calm down. Take it down. Calm down.
Yes.
Take it down. I come in late, but I was tired, man. Hey, take it down, man. Don't worry about people. I told you that before. Some people will come in your way. Take it down.
Yes.
Don't worry about people. Do what you have to do. And people may not like what you do. People may not disagree with you. That's okay. But you there to you there to tell the truth what's going on. Right? And that's your job. And you're not going to find people may like what you say or do. Because truth hurt everybody else. And when you talk the truth, you will see the people outside come out and talking, and you know the culprit. Right? Not everybody, how to say, wolf in sheep clothing. They're coming out. And you know them. But how they talk, how they treat. But you don't have to take them on, man. Right?
All right.
And what you see in my profile over there, that's not a fake. That's me.
Oh.
Right? That's not a fake profile. When you say about cutting the neck off,
yeah,
I have a quick man for that.
All right.
I'm joking. But I'm serious in another way.
Yes.
Right? So what you see my profile there is not a joke. Right? So anyway, don't take them on, man. You keep on doing it. You do a good job. And keep on that. You have to maintain your health, man. You don't worry about people. Don't let that worry about professional thing. You know what I mean? All right, Andy.
All right. Well, which one of the profile they said Joseph on? YouTube or Facebook? I look into YouTube, may I see him. I need to see him in order to, I look into the next thing, not this thing we're on here in the screen. Because I don't see him on the screen here at all. I'm not seeing him. So where he is? What? On the Facebook? Real Media TT Facebook? Real Media TT YouTube? Where he is? On Corridor Transformation? Lennox Smith? Where he is? Well, let me know exactly where they said man is. Alright, let me continue. I'm looking for he. I ain't want you on this program no more. Facebook, Andy? Alright, I go in there. Yes, I go in there. Let me continue those voice notes. I have no choice. I don't give all the time. Because today, Friday, they play the people voice notes that was not played.
Good morning again, Andy, Lennox, Mickie, Newbie, and to everybody. Well, Andy, at last you had an epiphany. At last the scales fall from your eyes as to what that man has been doing. The man has been dragging your program, dragging all you, and you kept quiet. But this morning it hit the fan. And I give you a standing ovation. But just calm down yourself a little bit. Right? I give you a standing ovation. It was long overdue. You see, he coming to tell all you what all you get, but nobody mustn't talk what they get. Right? Nobody.
Yes, we listening.
Nobody mustn't talk what they get because I come in to talk crap about Burke Innovation. I give you, but just calm down yourself a little bit, right? I give you a standing ovation. It was long overdue. You see, he coming to tell all you what all you get, but nobody mustn't talk what they get. Right? Nobody mustn't talk what they get. Because I come in to talk crap about Berkey, and as you rightly said, Berkey is not in public office. Never mind Marlene take him into the president's house, right? But he is not in public office. Why they don't talk about the talk show host? Talk about the talk show host, but I will come up soon, you know. Who was getting the 9,000 every month under the URP Ghost special project? All that quiet down. And all who was talking about I getting box ring contract, they don't see that. You know why? You know why? Because they were familiar with them. Or at least they were trying to get familiar with them, so they go talk about that. But I'm glad what you did this morning, and it was long overdue. It was long overdue. It had to take something for you to finally expose that man for what it is he's been doing. He's too disrespectful. He's too arrogant. Right? And he feels that he's a bully and everybody should be afraid of him. But you put him in his place this morning. But just calm down a bit. Thanks a lot, Andy.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Good morning, Andy. I always tell you already, long time ago I've been telling you, Anderson's a two-headed snake. Don't trust him. You've seen it now for yourself. Blessed morning.
Morning, buddy. Yeah, so the international stuff is all around us. And Lennox, I'm glad that you're able to tie it together and talk about the BRICS thing, because all of that is in play. What is happening in Trinidad is in the middle of a lot of global issues right now. So you talk about the confidence of the US dollar. The US dollar is the world reserve currency for a reason. Because all currency, is based on confidence. Confidence that the country that is issuing it will not collapse. Because all a dollar is an IOU. So when I hand you a dollar, or a paper money, and you give me back some food or shoe or whatever else, the food and the shoe has real value. I can eat it and use it, wear it. But the piece of paper, where does its value come from? It comes from confidence in the state that issues it. That this IOU will last, well, certainly for some time. And everybody in the world firmly believes that the United States of America will not collapse tomorrow or next year or 100 years. It's about confidence. That's why tens of millions of people try to get into that country in 4 years and successfully did so. Right? What country in the world you know, especially those BRICS countries, China and Russia, how many people are struggling, fighting, trying to get into China or Russia? Right? So the BRICS dollar will not become a reserve currency. It may become a trading currency. So anybody in that group decide to trade with it, fine. But outside of it, come like a household. If mommy and daddy makes the money and then starts to, distribute it among the children, and you all trade it within the household, great, no problem. But you can't buy that outside the house with it. Right? So the point is, the BRICS dollar, the countries involved, the world does not have confidence in them. Russia is a basket case. China has been abusive for so long. Africa finally waking up and kicking them out. And the BRICS dollar is based on two things, people: oil and gold. And that's why they're so interested in Venezuelan oil. That's why China snuck in there. And what is happening now is the US trying to dig them back out. Get out my yard. And Trinidad is in the middle of it. Right? Russia too. The Chinese basically own Russia for their oil. So oil and the gold would come from Africa. Right? That's why China, again, backed by Russia and their Wagner Group, was raping Africa for the last 10 years at least for its gold and other things. Right? We talk about European colonialism, but there's a neo-colonialism that has been happening over the last couple of decades, and it's one part of the world that's doing it. Right? Unfortunately, when you're in the Caribbean, you know, when you go up, you know, the history you learn is one set of people bad and everybody else, no. There are ugly things in this world. The thing is, right now, ugly things are fighting ugly things. That's what's happening in the world right now.
But has not. Nutrien Limited says it remains committed to constructive engagement with stakeholders, but has not reached a solution that would allow it to restart operations under viable economic conditions. On Wednesday, the National Gas Company said both parties reached an interim agreement granting Nutrien unrestricted access to port facilities until December 31st, a temporary but vital reprieve. But the National Energy Corporation, in a statement on Thursday, says Nutrien had been paying peppercorn legacy rates for nearly 2 decades, a situation that cost the country over $500 million in lost revenue. National Energy indicates it offered Nutrien continued access to the port at the same rates until December 31st to allow time for a new agreement. The corporation insists the shutdown was Nutrien's own decision, not the result of any action by National Energy or the National Gas Company. Meanwhile, Nutrien Limited says it remains committed to constructive engagement with stakeholders, but has not reached a solution that would allow it to restart operations under viable economic conditions. On Wednesday, the National Gas Company said both parties reached an interim agreement granting Nutrien unrestricted access to port facilities until December 31st, a temporary but vital reprieve. But the National Energy Corporation, in a statement on Thursday, says Nutrien had been paying peppercorn legacy rates for nearly 2 decades, a situation that cost the country over $500 million in lost revenue. National Energy indicates it offered Nutrien continued access to the port at the same rates until December 31st to allow time for a new agreement. The corporation insists the shutdown was Nutrien's own decision, not the result of any action by National Energy or the National Gas Company. Meanwhile, Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says discussions with Nutrien are ongoing as the government works to regularize port arrangements and minimize any fallout from the closure. But former Energy Minister Stuart Young says the impasse between National Energy and Nutrien is already having ripple effects, warning of a looming CO2 shortage affecting manufacturers and other users across the country and the region.
Every irresponsible decision by the government will negatively affect us. Global boardrooms looking at management, operations at Point Lisas will now factor in a unilateral increase in electricity rates and an aggressive, possibly illegal demand for retroactive port fees, driving Trinidad and Tobago into uncompetitiveness. The mismanagement of relationships in the energy sector that we're seeing before us is leading to fallout and the potential of long-term plant closure.
Agricultural Society President Daryl Rampasad notes this shutdown will affect farmers for fertilizer.
All crops require nitrogen, and if it is that we have a shutdown on this, and we now have to import, we're going to see that increase.
Massey Gas Products has confirmed that due to the shutdown, it is temporarily unable to supply CO2-related products, including dry ice cylinders and ISO tanks, but is exploring all options to minimize the impact on customers. Andrea Perez-Sobers, CNC3 News.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Nutrien Limited says it remains committed to
Lennox, so you heard it, right?
Yeah, well, it appears that the impasse has not been resolved, and that the nutrient clearly has taken a unilateral position by insisting that they will continue the process of closing down. I think that is very clear in that they have identified the non-impediment by the government. Clearly, it is, as the statement says, is not as a result of breakdown in negotiations with NGC, but it is a unilateral decision. I wait to see what will cause that. I know that there has been, of course, a shortage of gas for the plant because they produce fertilizer, ammonia, and of course other agricultural type of products. So we have been supplying the United States for many years with almost all of its what I can say be carbon based, because natural gas is used as a raw material, and from it they produce, of course, the fertilizer. Other plants at Point Lisas, they use the natural gas as energy, but in this particular industry, they use natural gas as a commodity, as a raw material, and convert it into fertilizer. What impact it will have? Well, clearly the Agricultural Society has already been bellowing. So recent development has already been bellowing the impact on agriculture. But the wider connotation for me is that for the first time, we have had a very substantive part of the budget dedicated to agriculture. And this is a very unfortunate development for the agricultural thrust as part of the diversification of the economy and the production of items for where there may be excesses, where there may be oversupply. I'm sure that the whole question of the downstream in terms of agro processing must be a consideration to can these items in order for human consumption later down the road in cans, etc. So it will have an impact on the agricultural thrust of the government, how they will be able to negotiate to get them to stay and to start up. As I said, shortage of gas is a very important one. I think they have something like 5 plants, and they were able to operate 3, one of which would be dedicated, I think, to urea, and the rest for the production of other agricultural products. So let's see how that develops. So that's the best we can do, because this is a recent development. Only yesterday they have taken that decision. I understand they have sent letters to the 600 employees that would be affected directly by this development. I hope that they are able to get back to the negotiation table and see that something could happen. The government may have to forego part of that 28 million that they have alleged that triggered, of course, this whole impasse that the Nutrient is owing Pitbull, the company, the national company, one of the national companies that control and manage the port facilities down at Point Lisas. So let's see how that develops.
Nice.
Morning, Ground Report. Morning, Andy and Lennox. Andy, you see how our Prime Minister, Mrs. Processor, is a lady with class? A perfect lady she is. She ain't answering back that German woman. She answering her back because you see the woman open her mouth. You see her body language, how she getting up. Our Prime Minister have class. She not going into that. Don't answer the fish market woman. Leave her right there. Mr. Processor, our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, I say good morning to you, and you're quite right. I love what you're doing. God bless you, and I'll continue praying for you. Thank you, Lennox and Andy. Have a blessed day.
Andy, it's 25 minutes past 9. I think it's 25 past 8.
Nearly finished.
And I think Rowley is teach a woman in Venezuela geometry. You don't find so? He teaches geometry because he's going there and dance with them. Look at what she's doing. She's bringing down her own people. She don't realize it. That is how they are. They are just like the PNM.
Pleasant good morning, Mikey, Lennox, and Andy. Well, Lennox, I don't know if I could answer this one. I'm just trying to figure out something. We're having those discussions. I just want to find out, do you know if the Prime Minister had mentioned that that people like from different parts of the globe to come back and give back to the country, like a brain drain type of thing, to come back and get the country moving forward. Is that still on?
Well, I want to say one time, Andy, yes, Tanku mentioned it, that Trinidad is open for investment. Expatriates can now return to Trinidad, even though, of course, you may not get the tax on a vehicle that you import. They say that has been abused. And so, of course, where we returning nationals with bringing their own vehicle tax-free. Well, now you have to pay something to get it in, because I understand that whole process, that whole policy was abused in the past, and therefore, of course, they have put a sort of charge on it. So that's the only impediment. Other than that, yes, come back home, bring your money and invest.
Nice. Let me continue there quick. Let me just play off those voice notes there. Whoa. Could people really actually send their voice notes?
Pleasant morning to the ground report. Andy Williams, the Pitbull of Radio, Lennox, Smith, and Mickie Kerr. This is authentic. I want to tell the people who just give the little points what tongues say or what the people say. The most individual say that if he find that Kamala should notify the opposition what they was doing before they make the decision to appoint who they appoint. Let me tell that caller something, that person who given his views. That when satanic Lucifer Rowley was in charge and called himself the Prime Minister, he never listened to nobody. He fire who he want to fire and he take who he want to take. Right? He take the lady and make her the Commissioner of Police. Right? And put her in all that trouble. He is the one responsible for what that lady went through, is alleged. Right? When they were accusing her for something that she didn't do. Right? He move out who he want. He just take anger and make sure the president. He tried to rule the whole country to suit himself, put where he want and who he don't want. He put a man who is not a doctor to the Minister of Health. He put a man who is not an engineer to the Minister of Works. He put a man called Stuart Young to do all kind of thing. And make his family and friends rich. Make his family and friends rich. Make his family rich, not his friends. And giving people who we want to give work and knows nothing about the country, runnings of the country. Minister of Energy, that's that a wrong thing. Now you're going to talk about giving opinion about energy function, whatever they're supposed to do. He making decision. I'm going to tell Stuart Young something. Stuart Young, Stuart lie. We don't want Stuart lie to make any say nothing about this new government called UNC. They don't need your input. They don't need your advice. They don't need your help. When I was there, they didn't care nothing about nobody. When people talking, they used to walk up and insult them. Now you want to have a say? You want to have a say? Nobody interested in what all they're saying. All they're trying to cover up what all they do. And when UNC do something, all they're trying to allow the public to listen to all you. Don't try to hide. All you have to stand trial for the money in the treasury and bring back the money all they take from the treasury. All they skin the treasury out. From how they go right down is alleged. all the money, let the government have to get it back. Don't try to tell Kamala what to do. And don't look for no loophole. As you do something, they're coming up to go against it. I'm not letting Parliament be about itself. Because Rowley put Speaker of the House to disrespect the opposition. When there was the opposition, when UNC was the opposition, she wanted to put them out, tell them take a walk, talking to big people and disrespecting them. The two Speaker of the House are there. They were disrespecting the UNC government when there was in opposition, telling big man to take a walk. I wouldn't permit that answer and all kind of nonsense. And I'll put you out, and all kind of lady had no respect. And I believe she grew up without having respect in her family. And the next one who playing, she's president now. They were very disrespectful, and they were put there to humiliate the UNC government when there was in opposition. So we don't hear nothing about the satanic opposition PNM. All they're trying to come up and say something, they have no shame. All they're trying to hide all themselves. Give back the CPEP and URP, the money all they take from them, and all the contractors who suck out the money from the treasury. Give the CPEP and URP people money for the Christmas. Go in the bank and deposit money on the CPEP and URP account. Don't ask Kamala to do it. She will do it, yes, but all they do all the wrong thing and they're trying to blame this new government. Get the hands on PNM. After God, they'll never come back again. Or they cast out like a God cast out Satan. Again on all you.
But that's my point. Since I was a little fella growing up, I never hear in my life in the history of Trinidad and Tobago where Trinidad had to go and beg any country to sell gas. Look at the problem we're having with all these gas tanks that come in here. We remember a long time when you're getting gas tank, CNG, you're getting your cooking gas straight from the refinery. The standard of them gas tank and them used to be up to standard. Now you have gas tank blowing up in people's place, all kind of thing. You close your refinery to so you're trying to tell me, so you telling me now that Venezuela happened to be the lifeline of we then? If we don't buy gas, or if we don't get gas from them, where we go dead? Boy, them fellas, I don't know. Something wrong with we because you can't tell me you there for 10 years, wreck the country, borrow every year you borrowing money. You leave office, these what we had to deal with, and them fellas running around and moving around like nothing normal. Sure, that then something wrong with we. We so obedient, until we dotish beyond.
Nice. That's it. Oh boy,
that's it, my friend. That's it. Yes. Thank God it's Friday.
Yes.
all right. I'm ready, able, and willing.
Well, let me just take this one. You always was calling when I cut off. Go ahead, last
Hello, morning. This is Orlando here.
Go ahead, Orlando, number 2.
Yeah, morning. Right. Yeah, I just calling to say I see the company that make all the fertilizer and thing want to leave Trinidad because they say they're not getting fuel. But we could go to a different stage of having agriculture. They call hydroponic. That is not you don't need no chemical to grow anything. You could grow anything without that. You could grow most of the product could grow with that agriculture stuff. We don't need to do anything like depend on that because most of the things that they make is to treat the floor and all these things. But here on hydroponic, it's a one-time money they go be spending, and everybody have to get ideas that, well, look, this is where we have to go. We don't want to go too much into fertilizer because most of them fertilizers shorten your lifespan by living, and you're never been healthy eating fertilizer product. So if they go hydroponic, is a better way to go. And I think that is a good thing. And another thing I'm saying, you're very upset. Don't take on them guys. They next to a cancer, so don't bother with them. They will never cure. So you leave them like this and continue your show. You have a good program going and keep it going. But we don't need too much chemical in the food again. Hydroponic is the way to go. Grow things, and it has scientists could grow anything in those way. And we don't need to go in the soil. The soil is to keep, that chemical is to keep the worms down, the bugs, and that way, when you're doing hydroponic, you don't have that problem. It's a modern way technology. It's like watching TV and watching a projector. It's two different things. So you're ahead of the class if you say, well, hydroponic is the way to go.
Thank you, Orlando number 2.
Orlando.
Yes, Orlando number 2. Thank you so
right.
much. Nice.
Yeah, don't take on them guys. Them guys is like a cancer. Yeah.
You see, I had to show them
sick,
too, that you had the fight, you know.
Yeah.
You can't show them that you had to show them one time. Whoa,
Yeah.
know what time it is? The fight here still, you know. Oh, you had to show them that, man.
And you know, you all program fighting for people to get a better life, and them fellas fighting for people to suffer.
Yeah,
so they're like a cancer, you know what I mean? Yeah. all right, Andy.
It's really chalk and
Lennox.
cheese, you know? Really chalk and cheese. Hey.
Yeah, Lennox, you take care, man.
Yes, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that input.
And Mikey K, Mikey K. Yeah, Mikey K is a good man too. You're a good man, Andy. And don't take them fellas on. Your program have, I could say, is 140% better than all the program. Because you sticking to the issue to help poor people. And these guys making poor people suffer more. So don't study them.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
All right, thank you
very
so much.
Okay.
All right. Right, Lennox
and when he says that, Andy, you know, I can't get out of my head that here it is, Rowley and they met over 15 billion US dollars in reserve in 2015. And by the time they debate office this year, 28th of April, it was reduced to about 4 billion US. And they have the audacity to talk about the country don't have money and where the government getting the money from, when they know very well that they are the ones that profligacy, with a high degree of profligacy and waste and mismanagement and corruption have, of course, flitted away over 4 from 12. We're talking about $8 billion in just 9 point something years. I mean, they have the audacity, the temerity, the gall, the effrontery, and the bold-facedness to stand up in our faces and even talk, and the population must know. And we have a duty to tell the population what they have done and put us in this situation as a country.
Nice. Only somebody picture of Hayden Joseph, how the profile look, because up here looking and I seeing real Hayden Joseph. So if I have a picture or something, only send it there for me. I'm ready to get rid of Hayden Joseph. Right, send my picture. I want to see how his profile looks to make sure it's the right person that are blocking. Right. Lennox Smith, well, I tell you today, you're going to relax yourself.
Yes. Spargos is the destination. Yes, indeed. I'm going on flex. Yes, man. Spargos is the place to be. I'm going on flex on Prince Street. Yes, people. If you want to join me, come down. But of course, these days things kind of dicey. I don't want to encourage you. Next thing you say, you blame me if something untoward happens. But come, once you say you're here representing or you come to meet Lennox Smith, I think you have a pass. Not so? Yeah. You have a pass. Look, we have some young boys in studio here saying, yes, they have a pass.
Yes.
Yeah, they come to do their registration and so on.
I'm finding this Hayden Joseph. You know. Oh boy. Anyway.
All right, well, Andy, you have the whole of the weekend. Let me get off for the people and so that I can go and look for some money too, because me have a cent.
All right. Oh boy, so Trinidad and Tobago, after God family comes first.
I don't have money to go Spargos. That's for sure. But elsewhere.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I have to eat and so on, other than what Spargos does sell, you know. He's selling drinks. I want nutrients, and I have to have money for that. But go ahead, my friend.
But I hope the government do settle or nutrient
that particular matter. Because hydroponics, yes, is an alternative. It could be a mix of the agricultural thrust of the country, but certainly is a bit more expensive. What nutrient and they produce is pretty cheap, and therefore, of course, that is why it is still, of course, a viable as viable as opposed to hydroponics, where you have all kinds of different things that you have to do in order to good water supply, because hydro meaning that you have to use water in the growth of the plants and whatever item, and it will only be used for a limited range of crops anyway.
Oh, the water thing. The hydro only could use for a limited range of crops. Not all crops could grow in that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to grow corn and them kind of thing that has large stalks and so on. Hydroponics will not be appropriate for that.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, good morning. Very, very fast. In 2008, January, somewhere around the 22nd, when Sharma resigned as Chief Justice, the next day Archie was sworn in. Check it out, gentlemen.
Yeah, I looked for that last night. Very good, yes, and you are quite right. It was because Sat Sharma was hounded out of office, in fact, and because they wanted to put their replacement, which of course came in, Iva Archie, who is now, of course, a former, and now we have, of course, Rani Budu Singh, who is the current and just, of course, inaugurated Chief Justice of Trinidad and Tobago. So whether people are concerned about the process, that is a fait accompli. It is done. He is the Chief Justice. Let's move on.
Ah, boy. So, Tobago, thanks so much. You all could have choose any other program to look onto. You all choose the Ground Report. On behalf of Lennox Smith, the big word man, Mickie K, that you all will be hearing from very soon. Yours truly, I'm Andy Williams. Yours truly, the Pitbull of radio. Thanking you again and telling you until next week, Monday, please God. Same time, same place, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. We are out of here.
Yes, indeed.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.